Time will tell.
Okay.
There's no time like the present. Time waits for no one. Sign of the times. Time to make the donuts. What do all these things have in common?
Time.
Yes, that is correct. Good. We're so on the same page. I love this.
Same space and time?
We have a lot of organizers. So this goes back to work. We have a lot of things that organize us and calendars and, my phone and my computer tell me where to be and what I have to do. And, sometimes I even have reminders for birthdays. Unfortunately, I should have probably more of that. But organizing your time is not just the work-related stuff and a couple of birthdays here and there and maybe some things on the weekend. What I was thinking about recently was there's certain things in your life that you're not going to have time to do when you're older, or you're not going to have time to do because maybe it's somebody else's birthday and maybe they're getting up there in years. So I had this idea for a new type of calendaring system. It's called Cherishable Perisables. So the idea is there are certain life goals that you have, possibly. There's certain things that you may regret not doing when somebody's still around. And so the idea is that there's a certain amount of time that you have to do those things. And this would remind you, so based on maybe some information, maybe there's an interview process early on in the process. It was one of your goals. This is maybe it's to run a marathon. So, for example, my time to do that and to prepare for that is well past. I have 2 bad knees, 1 bad back, possibly 2 bad backs. I think my back is so bad that it actually counts
you are the beast
for
of
2.
backs.
Yeah. So running a marathon, luckily, was never a goal of mine, so that I don't have to worry about that. But there might be other things. What I was thinking about recently is the stories that families tell. Like, have you documented that? Do you want to document that? Is that a goal of yours? Well, when should you start? How should you be getting these reminders?
Amazing
for these perishable items?
I had a conversation this weekend with a couple of good friends whose parents are in different levels of the end of their lives. And we were talking specifically about that concept of trying to preserve some of that and carry it forward. I think this is a delightful idea, because this is an idea that puts people's priorities in front of their faces while they're living. I think so often people get to the end of their lives and their regrets are about the things that they didn't do. And if we can create a system that's designed to keep their priorities in front of their faces, and so that they're focused on what's most important, because so often we wander away from what's most important in our lives. I like to advise people that they make a list of the things that are most important in their lives so that they can put their lives and their time there. It's like people say, you make a list of things that you would grab if your house is on fire. Well, This is the list of things you grab if your life is on fire. That this is what I need to get done before my life is over. And not really a bucket list so much as
some things that I want to accomplish. Yeah.
And what's most important to you. You have children. Yes, right? Okay, you know where they fall on the spectrum of what's most important in life. And I would trust that you're getting the time that you need to be with those children, because they are the most important thing. But there's so many people out there, I feel like seeing cats in the cradle, where they wander away from what's most important for other details of life that are important but not as important, and then they end up being disappointed with the result of their own life. And I'm like, let's put our time where our values are. Let's put our time, because time is the most valuable thing I have. I think it's the most valuable thing any of us have, and how we invest that in our own existence is really important.
Well, and that's where the name Perishable came in, because I was thinking about that a lot, in terms of, we talk about produce that way and things like that, but it's like, not only do you set the goals, I think what I have the biggest problem with is kind of putting that into bite-sized parts. Right. Yes, I would love to do these things, but how do I start?
Right.
How do I get a couple of...
Schedule it out.
And this is where Cherishable Perishables would come in and help you with that process.
The project manager of your life.
Yeah, I love it.
There's your tagline.
Look at that tagline.